If you've ever been paralyzed by the fear of failure, stuck in your own head, and just second guessing every single move, you're not alone, because that's the exact same boat that I've been on. And that's why today I'm going to show you guys something I wish I knew years ago to save you a lot of time, energy, and pain. So let's get started. And if you're also wanting to get the full detail on my Rule of 3 method to overcome the fear of failure for high achievers and to bring more clarity into your life, go ahead and click that link below. It'll send you over to my website. Download my free intro guide to my Rule of 3 method. It's going to go over all the details that I run my clients through, and it's helped them a lot, and I know it's going to help you a lot as well. So if this resonates with you, go ahead and click that link, download that guide right now. Or if you're ready to take the next step and you want to work with me personally, go ahead and scroll to the bottom of that website and fill out the application form. But let's get started. So what are you afraid of? What is causing you to get stuck in one spot? So the first thing you have to do is understand the question. What is happening? Why is this happening to me? And that's the question we're going to have to figure out. I'm going to go over the common one. So the first obvious thing is that there's a story that you've told yourself for a very long time that's been so ingrained in your mind that that's what you see and that's what you're afraid of possibly seeing. So maybe you have a fear in your mind or a story that says, if I don't achieve X, I'm gonna lose friends. So lose friends. I'll be unworthy of love and admiration. And this one, for me personally, you would become a failure. And a failure is just somebody you ignore. And that was, for me, a very personal one. So you have to ask yourself, which story is it? What does the story look like? Because the stories control everything. It controls what you see. It'll control how you feel. It'll control the decisions you make. Knowing the story is the first step in the path towards untangling yourself in your own web, in your own thoughts. So again, understanding your story will give you insight as to what's controlling you. It's controlling how you feel, think, and pretty much make every single decision in your life. And I'll tell you, this is a very simple concept, but it took a very long time to put it together this way in order for me to understand that this was a story. Now look, it could have served its purpose at some point in your life. Maybe you avoiding doing X, Y, and Z prevented injury. And maybe it really did allow you to avoid a particular kind of pain. But there comes a point where you're going to have to let it go and you're going to have to change the story. Otherwise, it will continue to build on itself. Everything builds on itself when it comes to thoughts and stories. And so knowing the story will give you insights to how you feel, think, and make decisions. And so the next question to ask yourself is, why do you want that particular thing that you're looking for? What is it that you feel is going to give to your life? This follow-up question was huge because it was the exact reason why I made a pivotal decision in my life to decide to pursue coaching individuals who are stuck in their ways, don't know how to get out of it. They feel they're half themselves, ruled by their emotions, and then finally they're just sick and tired because they know they can do more and be more. And so that was a pivotal moment in my life once I understood why I was doing what I was doing. And to give you a personal example again, why I was doing particular goals before, what I was pursuing, was because of me trying to go with the story that I told myself. So the story I told myself was, if I don't succeed, then I'll turn into a failure. And so then guess what? Because the decisions I chose now made it so that now I have to pursue particular things that are going to give me the image of someone who is what? Successful. A winner. And then I started to deviate away from doing activities and things that really brought true meaning and purpose into my life. And I totally let that go. I pushed it to the side in order to just calm and ease the story in my head. And so understanding what is it that you do, why is it that you're doing what you're doing? And the answer is, you should do what you do because number one, it fills you with what I call light, fills you with this feeling of life and energy. It doesn't drain and like just like a black hole consumes everything. And so the way you contrast that is that when you're working on a particular activity, maybe it's drawing, maybe it's playing a particular sport, how do you feel when you're doing it? Outside of result, outside of performance, how do you feel? Do you feel full? Do you feel like you want to share it with other people? Those are really important signals. You can also look at it as passion. It fills you with passion, excitement. You get absolutely zoomed in to the activity at hand. You sort of just, time just washes away. I'm sure all of you guys have had those moments. And, you know, they come and go, of course. They're not always permanent. But there's always something throughout your life that you find that it grips you and it just absolutely consumes you. So that's a really, really important marker, because when you have particular stories that have been under control and almost now autopilot, what's going to end up happening, it's going to taint anything you try to go for. Any activity you pursue, this story is going to find its way in somehow, and it's just going to contaminate it. And then it's going to make you want to make particular choices that are going to have you avoid these old stories. And so the activity itself, if it fills you with enough passion, if it fills you with the light to want to share it with other people, it's going to be a more powerful feeling than the fear itself. It will be more powerful. It'll always sort of be there. That's why, you know, you want to have more strategies along with this, which is why, again, go ahead and click that link below. Download my free intro guide on my Rule of 3 method. It goes over everything else you're going to need. It gives you that starter pack. And then if you want to take it to the next level, head down all the way to the bottom, fill out that application form. And that way, this way, I want to work with you guys personally and guide you through your own roadmap. But once you understand that you have a passion to this, it fills you with excitement, it fills you with light, you want to just share it. Now, to contrast that, how you know it's perhaps not in the right direction is that, let's say you do get some accomplishment from it, but it's giving you like vanity metrics. It's giving you a sense of power. It's giving you a sense of admiration from people that you don't even care to get admiration from. You don't even care about it. Or it's vengeance. You want to get revenge on particular people because sometimes if they fall within the realm of your story, they're enemies. They're enemies to you. Those who think I'm going to fail. Those who have rejected me because I didn't win, or I wasn't successful there, so they're ignoring me now. So vengeance is a big motivator. But what you find is, if you imagine it like a cup, it's a terrible cup. It's basically a box, but let's imagine it's a cup. And you want to fill it. So you're trying to fill it to get it full, okay? But as you do it, if it's the wrong substance, then it's essentially like a bottomless pit. You ever find that happens? You try to fill your cup up, you try to feel like you're actually doing things in your life, and you think it's going to validate you, those metrics, but it doesn't. You consume it, it hits the bottom of your belly, but then you need more. You need it again and again and again. It just never... You never feel like it satisfies, and then almost needs to be bigger and bigger and bigger. And this is where that trap falls in. However, if you contrast that with what we talked about before, where if it fills you with passion, it fills you with light and excitement to share it with other people, then what's going to happen is you're going to do even just a little bit of it, and you'll find your cup is full for that day. You'll feel full. All I need to do is work with one client and have them mention to me just one time that they had a particular strategy that we went over that worked literally overnight for him, or maybe it worked in a couple weeks, and he found that that was something that was gripping him. It was a big issue for a while, but now he finally solved it. If I just hear that once, I'm pretty much good for the day. Versus before, when I competed a lot for medals and I competed for a particular story that I wanted to satisfy, but every time I did win, it would hit the belly, it would hit my stomach, and then yeah, okay, it felt good, but I needed it again. It wasn't satiated. It felt empty, constantly empty, which then tells me I need it to be bigger. And so, I mean, how many of you guys found that happens to you where you just feel like you need to go bigger and bigger, and then you just get exhausted, and then you just burn out? And that's the ultimate downside, the ultimate tragedy in this whole thing. It just burns out your soul. So understanding why you're stuck. You're stuck because of old stories. It's old stories you've experienced in your life that maybe served a purpose once, but they no longer serve you anymore. And now you feel like it's beyond your awareness. It's on autopilot now. And so the first thing is understanding, what is your story? Once you understand your story, you'll know what's controlling you. Then you want to ask yourself, Why is it that you're doing what you're doing? Why are you pursuing this particular thing? Are you pursuing it for just money? Maybe, look, again, some things have their place. If you're not making any money to satisfy your needs, maybe money is something you got to go for. But at a certain point, you're going to realize, and you should be aware of it, that those metrics of money and influence and admiration from people you don't know and don't care about, those things will just hit your stomach and go nowhere. You're going to need to keep filling it and keep filling it and keep filling it. And you're going to find yourself doing that for years, and you're not wasting time, but you're not living to your fullest potential. You're living to an old story you don't even like. You don't even like the story. And it's just controlling you, and then you're trying to satisfy it. And so then, once you understand it, then you can begin to change it. So once you, again, know what is that you want, what is it you're pursuing, it needs to fill you with passion, excitement. It needs to make you feel full, so much so you want to share it. You want to give it to other people. You want to just hand it out for free. I did so many coaching calls in the very beginning for free. I just gave away time. It was something that I just felt, it just didn't bother me at all. It didn't bother me at all. And so understanding that is going to be the beginning. Because why? It zooms your focus on the process. The process is the most important thing to keep your eyes on. You do need to know what you want to do in the future. It's important to know and have it set out. This is why I have a 3-2-1 principle where I go over in detail how to actually set out a game plan and a vision to really actually put into practice and see yourself move towards it. So of course you need it. But it's the process of the action of what you're doing that is more important, which is why the why is so important. When you zoom in on the moment and you zoom in on the activity, time goes away, everything goes away, you get into a flow state. And when you enter that flow state, fear and anxiety and stress and all these things just kind of wash away. So understanding what creates that for you and what brings that forward is paramount. And that is going to be the final completion towards moving yourself in a direction where you can start to kind of calm down the anxiety and calm down the stress and the fear of failure itself. If you want to get more information just like this, go ahead and click that link below. Head over to the website, download your free intro guide to my Rule of 3 method. I go over everything else in combination with this that's going to really help. Again, clear out your thoughts, organize your stories, get your day in order, manage your emotions, do everything you need to do as a high achiever who knows they can do more and be more, but they just feel limited. And so download that free intro guide. It's going to go over all that for you. It's going to really help you. And then if you want to take yourself to the next level and you're ready to work with me personally, scroll all the way down to the bottom, fill out the application form, and I'll personally review it and get back to you.